Okay, I'm here with Jimmy Moore. He's like a world-famous low-carb blogger, and also one of the organizers of this cruise to the Bahamas.
Hey, Andreas.
Welcome to the to Kostdoktorn.
Thank you. I love your blog, even though I can't read a bit of it.
Well, that's nice. So, this is the last night of the cruise. How did it go, do you think?
Unbelievable, Andreas. It has been beyond everything that I thought it would be. I know a lot of this information from all my blogging and research and interviewing different people on my podcast show, but to actually be here and be in the moment, I think it really hammered home a lot of the message that I already knew, and yet it just kind of builds upon it. And I really love that you brought a different angle, being from another country and being able to express, hey, this is working in Sweden. This isn't just an American problem. This is a worldwide problem. And look what we're doing in Sweden. So you guys are doing an awesome job in Sweden, and definitely you're a part of that.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed this cruise a lot as well. Do you have any new cruise plans that Swedish people can join in the future?
Yeah, we would love to have more of your Swedish readers come and join us on the 2011 cruise. Now, we don't have any final plans yet, but it's going to happen in America. I'll tell them that.
Could you just repeat quickly for my readers what kind of people have you been seeing here on this cruise, and what have you been doing? Can you tell us about this cruise?
The specific people that came on this particular cruise?
Yeah, tell us a little bit.
Yeah, we had Dr. Mary C. Vernon, who is a very famous diabetic doctor. She actually treats patients with a low-carb diet, LCHF, basically kind of diet. Very, very similar to Dr. Annika Dahlqvist in Sweden. And so she was kind of our keynote speaker. Of course, you spoke and talked about the explosion that's happening in Sweden, which I love blogging about, by the way. You Swedish people,
you did blog about it a couple of times.
Y'all are really an inspiration to me personally, as well as to, I know, to the whole world of low carb, so thank you for that. We had Jackie Eberstein, who has worked with the great Dr. Atkins. She did for 30 years. What a resource she is. A surprise guest that was really good was Fred Hahn from the Slow Burn, and all of the kind of counterintuitive information that he provided regarding exercise. So that was really good. And we had a couple of cookbook authors, Judy Barnes Baker and Dana Carpenter, for nice low carb recipes, and then they were stuck with me. So,
So have you had fun?
I had a great time. I'm wore out because it is the last day of the cruise, and I worked hard, but it was totally worth it. I would do it again, and we'll be doing it again in 2011, and definitely hope to see a lot of your readers, Andreas.
Yeah, I'm gonna tip them off next time so they can
definitely. I think they'd have a great time.
You were thinking about doing the same cruise again?
Yeah, we will possibly leave out of Jacksonville down to the Bahamas so that we can see. We actually didn't get to see Half Moon Cay this time, so hopefully we can come back and have more people. We had about 94 people this year, and we're fully expecting about 200. Or maybe we'll have the Swedish invasion and have 300 come in. And
we could do a low carb cruise in Sweden, and you can come.
Yeah. There you go. I'd love to come. I don't know any Swedish, but I'd smile and.
But they know English.
Ah, well that helps.
Like an educated
Absolutely,
people.
I'm there. If you do a Swedish cruise, I'll be there.
But there are no beaches, or at least not like in the Bahamas.
Not like Bahamas, right?
no palm trees. Well, we got some beaches, but it's cold. Would that be okay?
I see beaches all the time in America. A little scenery change would be nice. I've never been to Europe at all.
Really?
Ever.
You should come.
I will come someday. Swedish low carb cruise, I'm there.
Okay, good. But you're from where are you from? South Carolina?
South Carolina.
Yeah.
The second fattest state in America.
Is it? You could perhaps tell a little bit about yourself. You've been blogging about this for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years?
Yes, since April of 2005. It was right after I lost the weight in 2004. I started blogging.
How much weight did you lose?
In 2004, I lost 180 pounds.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's
like 90 kilos or something.
That was a whole person.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, 90 kilos, is that what you said?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, pretty close.
Right about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
wow.
even more important than that, Andreas, was not just the weight loss, but I was taking prescription medication for high cholesterol. I was taking blood pressure medication. I was taking this breathing medication that you had to suck into your lungs to help you breathe.
Yeah.
I was really in bad shape,
yeah.
and had I not done some sort of intervention, I would probably not be sitting here today.
Wow. How did you come up to? I mean, what way did you find this low carb intervention?
Oh,
thing?
How low did I get to?
No, but I meant how did you find out about low carb?
Oh, my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
She had bought me Dr. Atkins' New Diet Revolution, and she bought that book for a Christmas present. She wasn't so subtle in her Christmas present selection.
Oh, okay.
You need a diet book, you know, and so
well,
here you go.
Sweet.
And yes, very sweet. But you know, Christine, my wife, who was also with us on this cruise, she worried about me for many years, as did my mother-in-law, that we would not be around. I would not be around for much longer at the age of 32. I had to make a change, and I had tried and failed on the very high carb, low fat diets for many years.
Okay.
And you know, low carb was my answer.
Yeah, apparently. Well, you've been doing some very nice podcast interviews with different kinds of guests, like really famous people, even like Dean Ornish and.
Oh yeah, Dean Ornish was fun. He wasn't very happy with some of the questions I asked him, but he. I'll give Dean Ornish this.
But he was a good sport,
He
right?
was willing to come on a show that was diametrically opposed to everything he believes.
Yeah.
That says a lot about him, because you would think he could say no.
Of course,
Dr. Oz has said no, and various other ones that have alternative things to low carb, they've all said no. Dr. Dean Ornish said yes. So I at least give him kudos for that.
Kudos, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you have any other neat people lined up for this spring?
Oh, there's all kind of neat people, and certainly have a wish list. I'm certainly going to get you on later in 2010.
That would be interesting.
But I mentioned it during one of the Q&A sessions. Dr. Ron Rosedale, very famous doctor.
Who's that?
He wrote a book called The Rosedale Diet, and it's basically a low-carb diet. He has some varying kind of thoughts about how to start reducing saturated fat, and he has his reasons. It'll be an interesting. I've already done the interview, so it was very extremely eye-opening stuff on the subject of leptin and some other you know, kind of ancillary issues. Yeah. As far as other people, kind of put me on the spot. I'm trying to remember some of them here. Go to my blog and you'll read all about it.
Yeah, you can read at Jimmy Moore's blog. And you have a book as well.
I do, 21 Life Lessons from Living La Vida Low Carb, and it kind of was born out of all of these blog posts I've done over the years, and having kind of a common theme come up, lessons that I've learned, and they're not always pleasant lessons. You know, Andreas, seeing the patients, you know, people have to learn sometimes the hard way, and when you learn the hard way, sometimes there's hard lessons, but there's good lessons too. Yeah. I got to be in a movie with George Clooney. That's in the book. I did. I got to star.
What movie was that?
Leatherheads.
Okay.
And it wasn't a big movie in the box office, but it was George Clooney's movie.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah.
What part did you play?
I was the doorman 15 minutes into the movie.
Okay.
And so the big tall guy. I'm 6'3", you're 6'7", I'm 6'3", so you can't miss the big tall guy wearing the suit in Leatherheads.
Okay, I go check that out.
But the book also just goes into a lot of the science that you talk about, and probably the hardest chapter for me to write in that book was the very last lesson, number 21, where I talked about my brother Kevin. And he died at the age of 41 from heart disease and morbid obesity, diabetes. Very sad. And but I wanted to tell the story to give encouragement and hope for people that they can change.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you
for the interview, and I hope we're gonna see you next year for next year's cruise.
Come, don't miss next year's cruise.
And I'll put the link up to your blog and your book. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.